Any of us.
We're live. So we got me, Dawn, Miss Tasha, and Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany, can you hear us?
I think the Miss Tiffany's got her mute off, her microphone off.
Okay.
And guys, if you've never gone live, when someone else is talking or something, if you have background, can you just turn your mic off if you're not talking?
Yes. Miss Tiffany, can you hear us now?
She can. I think she just eating boo.
Okay. So let's first start off by saying I am so sorry. I'm trying to get Sandbox and Cell Blocks out of our background, but for some reason I'm having a very big problem doing that. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys that I thought it was 7:30, so I effed that up. So welcome. If you have never been on one of our lives, we are happy to have you here. Just disregard the background. So we're going to first talk about the people that are here and what their Cindy's trying to get on. Can you reach out to her?
I got it.
Okay. So we're going to talk about what our roles are in the missing struggle. So, Ms. Tasha, I'll let you go first.
Are we live?
Yes, ma'am. We're live.
Oh, sorry, guys. Hi. Basically, my role is I'm the co-founder. Katrina's the founder. I do a lot of the intake, aftercare, referrals, investigation. I do. Trying to think what else. There's a lot.
She does
I
a
set
lot.
up interviews. I set up the appointments for the shows. I offer other services that we may offer, other organizations may offer to the families if needed. And I also have a missing loved one. It's been missing for 5 years now.
Can I piggyback off of that, Tasha?
Of course.
So Tasha is like the person that has the most empathy and has no problem reaching out to any of the family members and being that shoulder for them to cry on or to talk to. I hate to say this, but being a nurse, I don't have that type of empathy. When I see someone that's gone, it's totally different from me. But I can always reach out to Tasha and say, hey, Tosh, can you please talk to this person, talk to that person, and see what's going on? And she's always there. So I thank you, Tasha.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Dawn, what's up with you? What do you do for the missing struggle?
I am going to be the marketer, and I'm going to learn different rules of how we can get ourselves back on the out there so people know about us. I want people to know about us, and we want to be able to help people. We've all been in similar situations where we've had missing loved ones, and my son has a mental health diagnosis that he could be missing quite often. And since he's been missing and I found him, well, he was missing twice more, but he came back home. But there's so much out there that people don't know about. And when you are hit like that, your mind doesn't stop and your world stops. And to have somebody there that can actually walk the process with you so you don't feel like you're doing it alone, and have people showing up and putting groups together and just trying to be there for the people when they need it.
Yeah, totally awesome. Dawn don't care who she's going out to see, what what neighborhood she's going out to. She's like, I gotta find my son. Let's run it. So I have to give her absolutely her props, and I'm so happy that you became a part of the Missing Struggle. Miss Tiffany. I think she took a little break. Okay, so I'm Katrina. I'm the founder of the Missing Struggle. The reason why I took the time to make or try and create this group was because of Kaya. So when Kaya went missing of February of 2020, I felt like I was an outsider, even though this was my sister. I was not the first person of contact, so I didn't have to have any information that they had. And so I noticed that I was not the only one that was going through this. At this time, I had met Fidencio, whose daughter is missing. Whose daughter is missing 6 miles away from where Kaya's car was found, and I think it was like 14 or 16 days before, or after Kaya, before Kaya was found.
The car was found.
Huh?
It was during the time the car was found.
Yeah. So it was like 14 days before, 14 or 16 days before her car was found. But I saw so many people that were going through the same thing that our family was going through, that we needed to come together as a
Going
collective,
out.
be able to do something to make sure that everyone else has the proper help and guidance. And I think who
Not working.
who would be better than people that are also going through the same thing? Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany.
I think she's having issues.
Yeah.
She can't hear us.
Yeah. Dawn, can you put in the group, in the messenger group, that we can't hear her?
I hear.
And if she can like go
She
out
going out.
again. Okay. So we also have a special guest that we had on, oh goodness, like in the first beginning of our shows. And she talked about how she was actually trafficked. So if we lost her too.
Welcome to the world of live.
I know, right?
Both of them were having trouble hearing all of us. So I asked them to back out and come back in to see if it works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
It do, but it keep going out. So
You're up.
You're up.
okay, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tiffany Tyler, and I am a mother of Zachariah Tyler, who went missing in July of 2021, and he was later found deceased in March of 2025, and didn't have any leads, but had rumors of him being seen. But we had gave the detectives all the information, and they really didn't really pan out to do anything. And so it just basically kind of went cold. And when um, they found his skull at Dewberry Park, and it was So that was all that I was told at first that they had. So it was a skull and his femur. I can't remember which one it was. I believe it was his left. I can't remember, but that's all they found, and still to this day, nothing. No one has came forward. No one has talked. Um, and so I got an email on Friday, and I didn't know that. I didn't see the email until Saturday morning.
This
And
Friday?
so, this Friday, and I didn't see the email until Saturday morning because I was busy on Friday, and so I seen the email from the detective that was on the case, and she hadn't responded to me since December, but she told me that since they haven't had any leads or anything, they were closing the case.
What?
So yeah, so and it wasn't, and it's not her. She said her sergeant, and so she said that she's going to keep his file in her drawer. So basically, it's just like a cold case just sitting there.
Wait.
Um, yes.
Wait, let me make sure I understand what you just said. They're closing the case or they're making the case a cold case because
No, she didn't say. No, she didn't say. She didn't say it was a cold case. She said they were closing it. But she said.
They
But
don't
she said
even.
if
what?
if if any leads come about, they'll go back. They'll go back.
That
You
don't sound
know.
right.
So yeah.
How can you close a homicide without a person being charged for the homicide?
Or even a
Well,
person
they're not.
interest.
They're not considering it a homicide right now.
If you don't shut up, Miss
Then what the
Tiffany,
hell are they considering it?
They not considering it a homicide because they saying they don't have the rest of his body. I don't understand. So yeah. hmm
what?
Oh,
I want to say this
I don't know.
first.
I
I
don't
mean,
even know
we
what to
weren't
say.
we weren't gonna get into like the updates of this so
Oh,
fast.
I didn't know.
No, 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 Miss Tiffany, it's totally okay just to hear you and what you're saying. What?
This shows exactly what's going on. This is exactly what's going on. This is not fair to this mother.
Let me
It's
drink my
horrible.
tea.
It's horrible.
What?
They should be out
So
there looking for whatever's left of him
exactly.
and
Like,
find out what happened to him and figure out what it is, homicide or not a homicide.
did they think he just went in the park and, you know,
I haven't heard from her. I haven't heard from her.
That's fucking
Nobody
crazy.
reached out to me. But I will say, the detective that is on the case when we first met with her, she did say that she believed that it happened like right after he went missing. Um, and it was somebody that he knew, but without them having the rest of his parts, they can't determine.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying. There's a lot of stuff that in all of our cases we don't really need to put out there because we need to preserve, what do I say, preserve the things of the case. I don't know how to explain it. Does that make sense?
Some things are just better left unsaid.
Okay, I can take that. I can take that. Um, Tosh, do you want to talk about Matt?
All right, so Matt is actually my cousin. So when he went missing, I really wasn't communicating with him. It was just more like a Facebook post. Hey, he's missing. And I'm like, what's going on? And everybody would brush me off because I was the cousin. Oh, we're not going to help you. We're not going to do this and that. Da, 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 da. That's how I met Katrina. So he went missing from Orlando in March 1st, 2021. He's originally from upstate New York. He ended up in Orlando running from the police. He just got out of a rehab facility. He was dating some chick. They were staying at a hotel. From our understanding, they got in a dispute, and he just hasn't been heard from since, basically.
Is that what the police told you, or did you know or find out later that that's really what happened?
That's basically what his mom and sister and brother said, and the girlfriend he was with at the time. There's no footage of him leaving the hotel, in the hotel, nothing. No street crams, nothing. Other than him hanging up at 11:30 in the morning, never calling anybody again that day.
Did they have cameras there?
From my knowledge, they did, but when they asked for the footage, it was too late. So, because his mom had to wait about 9 days to come to Orlando because she thought that the girlfriend made a missing person report, but come to find out she never made one. So when she got to Orlando, she made a missing persons report, and that's where it all started from there. But the girl has like 20,000 stories too. But then again, the girl used to help me search for him and get leads for me and go hang up flyers for me and my brother. And like, so it's just like, does she know? I mean, she thinks that her boyfriend cousin did it, and her mom, she even accused her own mom of it. It's just,
Oh, wow.
it's just crazy. But no one has heard from him, and it's been 5 years. So he just vanished, basically.
Story of our lives.
Yep.
Can you talk about what Matt looked like and just give the public some information in case they're in Orlando and they see someone that looks like him?
He's a white boy, a Caucasian boy.
You kill me when you say that all the time. It's like, oh, he's a white boy.
Boy, he is. Well, everyone seems to think he's a Puerto Rican, but he's really not. He's about 5'8". Well, one time he disappeared, he was about 5'8", about 170, between 170 and 80 pounds. He had tattoos. Trying to think, dice. I just can't remember the arms right now without pulling up the flyers and stuff. He has dice and praying arms. And one of them has a flag that has like Italian flag and American flag that says "My True Colors" on it. Yeah, basically that's it. Like nobody's seen him, heard from him. There was some leads that his mom's gotten. I'm not sure what she's done with them. Things that we've gotten, but has really gotten anywhere. There was really nothing. The police in Orlando believe that he just ran off because he believes what the girlfriend's saying. So they're not obviously much help. But honestly, he's gone somewhere. That's just my opinion. But
When you say gone, what do you mean?
like killed, somebody had to like kill him or something, because there's no way that he's like left without communicating with anybody, especially not calling anybody at all. And he was sober before he left. He just got out of rehab. And the girl put him in a hotel room. Next thing you know, he's gone within 24 hours. Zippity, Zuda, nothing, no cell phone, nothing. Just gone.
Wild, 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 wild.
Basically, that's it.
So, I'm sorry, I'm looking at comments, and it's my sister, my other sister, my oldest sister, who's 2 months older than me. Not 2 years, 2 months. She was born in January. I was born in March. So I'll talk about Kaya a little bit. Actually, the weekend before Kaya went missing, she was actually staying with our sister Tasha. From what I understand from her, everything was okay. She was fine. She had lived with Tasha in Texas to get rehabbed or to get away from what was going on in Florida. Kaya was a drug addict. She did meth. She drank. She smoked WEED. I don't know if I can say that without getting blocked, but wanted to make sure that you guys knew that. So February 3rd, which was Kaya's maternal brother's birthday, and he was at their mom's house. Kaya came, said, "Hey, happy birthday." Then Kaya left. And the next thing we knew, February 6th, was when she had contact with Jason Roberts and Kevin Ring. Jason was her boyfriend. Kevin Ring is the best friend of Jason. And she dropped Jason. I know, I'm trying to get it together. There's so much stuff. So she dropped Jason off at Kevin's house, which was on Cowart Road. And then an hour to 2 hours later, her car was found running and abandoned on the railroad track next to their house. And Kaya has not been seen or heard from since.
Dead giveaway right near their house. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with the police, man.
Ding, ding, ding. My big thing is, how do you look at a car and you're a police officer and it's running and it's on top of a railroad track and the door is open and the cell phone is on the ground, and you call a tow truck to move it to the side of the road?
That's like big old setup to me.
Absolutely.
Like, everyone's involved. Like, they're all just connected somehow.
Say
Like,
it again. Absolutely. Absolutely.
hey, John, go over there.
Yeah.
And get the car there. Do that. He's the police.
Right.
Yeah, but John's connected to him and him and him. Yeah, it's just dead getaway. It's all red flagged.
Yeah. With that being said, I have to go into, Tasha, and I think you know what I'm talking about. I have to go into some of the information that has been put out that is totally inappropriate. We do not want Kaya's case to be the laughing stock of the missing world. We don't believe that Kaya's case is taken seriously by some people because of the things that are going on in the background by some family members. So we ask that you guys just stay totally focused on Kaya and her missing and not any of the extra drama that is coming along with her case. If you guys reach out to someone on Kaya's mom's side of the family and they don't embrace you, or they don't take what you're saying seriously, please reach out to me. Because whatever it takes to find her, that's what we're going to do. Is that appropriate, Tosh?
Sure is. Straight to the point.
I'm trying to be very professional, even though I want to.
It's not even worth it.
It is, though. My sister's case is not the laughing stock of.
Or for certain people's attention.
Exactly.
To get likes or put false information out there. That's just really.
So it's been said that Kaya isn't even my sister.
Okay. Well, damn.
I'm just saying that this person was actually a member of the family, which kind of put Kaya's mom's business out there. And I'm not even going to say business because she knows who her baby daddy is. Everybody can look at Kaya and look at us and know that that's our sister. The only
That's just
thing,
some evil things to say. It's just not even appropriate to say at a time like this.
but I will say this. If I looked at Kaya and I looked at her butt and I looked at my butt and I'd be like, no, it ain't your sister, girl. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, but ooh. So, not to mention, a day after she went missing, I received a call from her from an unknown number, and she sounded weak, as if she was drugged, and I could hear a man telling her to shut the fuck up. The police act as though it never happened.
Of course, because they know they involved, man. They're involved.
Man, I'm telling you. And again, this is our sister who Kaya was staying with before she went missing. Okay, enough about Kaya, because this is not always about Kaya. Like I said, when I made this group, it was about helping others to make sure that they don't go through the same things that we go through. So we do have a special person on, and I'm not sure if she wants her name said or not, but again, when we first started doing interviews, we had different people that went through different aspects of the missing, whether it was runaways, whether it was police officers, whether it was trafficking, whether it was domestic violence. This person was actually on and talked about her situation. And we asked her to come back on and again talk about her situation. So,
can you guys hear me?
yes.
Hi, thanks for having me on here. You guys are all strong, resilient, beautiful women. I just want to say that before we begin. And so I did share my story in the past with the Missing Struggle panel and podcast. It is on the YouTube if you guys would like complete details. Today, I will say I was abducted as a child, but I wasn't abducted in the way that many are these days when it comes to online activity and children being groomed. So I don't want this to be like every painful detail in my story. I want to acknowledge what happened, but also advocate for those who aren't being advocated for. Because I was found, but there's so many that have just their name and no description, no story, nothing. And those people are important. And what I've learned from my experience is that talking about this and coming out is the best way for children to learn and not be shamed or silenced. They don't look for bad kids. They look for vulnerable kids, okay? So they look for the ones who are in poverty, like low-income neighborhoods. They oppressed people, Black and brown children mostly. Those who have parents who work all the time and they're alone in their house and they go outside by themselves. Me. Let's say that
You're spot on. You're absolutely spot on.
and I think that it's important to realize that that was almost 30 years ago or almost 25 years ago, like 20 years ago. So I thought I was turning the wrong age last year, guys, so just bear with me. The internet, the gaming sites, the what children can get on without their parents ever knowing just by downloading one app. It's
Snapchat.
it's different. Yeah, and it's even worse than Snapchat. I mean, there's child apps that are connected to dark webs, like, servers that they're being
Hmm.
like watched everything they're doing, even if they're just sitting there playing the game. They know this age something just got on here. They're gonna see how saw or how their Wi-Fi is protected, what security measures they have. Maybe they can get their address from the IP because it's not protected. Um,
I never.
so I've learned recently, like, there's just so much going on when it comes to the online things. When we had the teenager child here that got murdered in Indiana, um, Haley,
Yeah.
and so I know Katrina knew someone, like, you know, but I just think letting parents know that they need to listen to their children. They shouldn't shame them. They shouldn't think about what it looks like to the outside. Listen to your kids and realize it doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. They want to tell you what's going on the inside.
Yeah. And I
Um,
think it's important to actually believe them. Um,
exactly.
and actually, I don't want to say control them, but look over them to make sure that um, it. So I know you were there at the event, and there was a person on there that was like, I saw, I think it was their niece or their daughter or cousin or something like that, that was online, and they were talking to the parents like, do you know what she's doing, or do you remember that?
A little bit, and they talked about they didn't like they looked at it, but then someone recounted that and said, well, they have like disappearing messages or ways to like hide those. And
Mhm.
are you talking about when it got into that kind of talk?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Hmm.
And there's just so many codes that you can put in, that and all they have to do is talk to your kid for a couple of months and gain their trust. And if that child feels neglected or is being bullied at school and is vulnerable, like I said before, they're gonna listen to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I grew up in the Stickum MySpace generation, so like that's when it all began when I was a teenager after the fact. So like in LimeWire, FrostWire, that kind of generation, and they shut down all those sites now. There,
Mhm.
like MySpace is music now, obviously, but Stickum doesn't exist,
I never
and
even
that's
heard of that.
well,
Yeah.
it got a lot of lawsuits with child exploitation and webcamming. It was just an open webcam site. You could get on, and anyone can join. You could go join anyone's public webcam, chat with them. You could do private chats, all of it.
Oh wow. Oh
It was
wow.
a big thing. And then
S-
IMVU, where it's like the graphic avatars.
I remember that.
Hmm.
I remember that. So
Both
with
of them have lawsuits with child exploitation.
oh wow, I didn't know that. Oh wow. So with you going through what you went through and not having all of these extra additives to technology, what would you say to not just, teenagers or young kids, but what would you say to them and the adults that are overseeing them to make sure that they do not go through what you went through?
For the children, like, if it feels off, believe it. Take that extra block. Don't call that person to come pick you up instead of walking. Like, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. And like for the adults, parents and community, if you see something and you don't see anyone coming to bat for that child, then intervene. Like, you don't have to be connected to that child to save them from getting kidnapped. You don't need to know them. You don't have to know someone that's gone through it. You don't have to go through it yourself, but you see that happening, try to stop it. Like, I'm sorry, calling 911, yes, okay, that's great. Putting an anonymous tip in, that's great if you want to do that as well. But right then and there, action is what matters.
Mm-hmm.
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 Absolutely,
Not
girl.
not telling afterwards. And unfortunately, like, I've learned that the hard way in different experiences in my life.
Yeah.
So wholeheartedly, like, action, be there in the present, not after the fact.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, do
Thank
you
you.
want to talk about what it was that you went through without, pressuring you or anything else? If you don't feel comfortable, that's cool. But if you would like to, can you share what happened so that the audience can, kind of like, oh God, this is what happened?
Yeah. So first, like, I just want to say, like, you see it on TV, you see it on the news. You don't think it's gonna happen to you. You think it's
Say that again. Say
you
that
don't think
again.
it's gonna happen to you. You think it's
Yes.
dramatized. You think they're lying. You think that the child must have did something, or the family must have did something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not true.
Yeah.
Trafficking is about money and power. Um, when it
Mm-hmm.
comes down to it, like, I not to get into the big, like, nasty details, but the big things is power and money and power. And there are people who will do whatever they can if they can get away with it. And I was unfortunately put in a situation where that was their goal, to make money and to assert power over children, because they didn't have a conscience, in my opinion. But
That's crazy.
they locked us in a basement cellar, some sort of, from what I remember, concrete floors, water dripping in the drains. There's only certain things I remember. I still have a lot of repressed memories. Um,
You don't have to go into it if you don't feel comfortable, honestly. Um,
it's Yeah,
I
I
know
just want to say, like, those SVU, like, episodes you see where those children get locked up and beat and sexually assaulted multiple times, like, that happens. And those people were just trying to get me to where they were trying to sell us to. And it wasn't just me, it was multiple girls. So, and they took us out of state, and we were lucky to be found in between that process.
absolutely, absolutely. I will not pressure you to say anything else. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. And
Well, I've
actually,
been taking this class, sorry to, like, interrupt, but I've been taking this class, and I've learned that talking about those details aren't as helpful as talking about what we are right now. So I just want to keep focused on the advocacy and the
Mm-hmm.
education part.
I
That's
love,
right.
I love that.
And if people want us in more details, her interview is also on YouTube on the Mr. Struggle. So if you guys want to
Mhm.
go back there and look, as always, there. Maybe Katrina can actually link it in before the show's over if people want more details.
I
Thank
will.
you.
I will. Um,
And
so
if
if
there's anyone that wants to personally reach out to me, you can reach out to Katrina, Tasha, Dawn, if you know Dawn, Tiffany, if you know Tiffany. Like, and they can connect you if you're worried about your child, or if you're a child that needs resources or someone. Like, I'm more than willing to talk about it then, you know. But
absolutely, and that's a little personal. More one-on-one is a lot more
mhm.
personable than speaking out to whoever's going to be watching this. So totally get it. And we thank you so much for coming on and reminding us of your case and reminding the public that the shit is real.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. If you want to go ahead and jump off, we're good with that. You're more than welcome to stay on. I just don't want you to be triggered, and I don't want you to feel like we are pressuring you into saying or talking about your situation.
I'm okay to stay. If you want to put me backstage again, I'd love to stay and listen to everything else. That's cool with me too.
Baby,
And I
you're
thank
cool.
you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming on and helping.
Miss Dawn, can we come back to you? Because I just think you're a Billy badass. I'm just saying.
Dawn is any means necessary. That's exactly what we've been looking for too.
Man,
I like to think outside the box.
Exactly.
I really do. I mean, because you never know where your eyes are going to come from. You never know where your next lead's going to come from. And you have to be open to take wherever the information is going to come. And yes, sometimes it could be bogus.
Yeah.
And you need to have people out there. If you have people searching that are not close family, they need to be taking pictures. Like, yes, they can say, oh, I seen him. Well,
no, audio, photos.
Billy Joe Bob down the street that might have similar resemblances, but if they take a picture, a family member is going to be able to tell that the way they stand, the way they hold themselves. I mean,
the way they walk,
hand on the hip, whatever the case may be. There's details that families know that we don't know. And we could be out there looking and we could be doing all the things, but family needs to be very active.
I love that. I love that. I never thought about that because, in certain situations, they're like, well, they walk like this, they talk like this. Well, did you take a picture so I can see it, or you can see
video?
It?
Take a video. Just
or you're chasing a false lead too, and it just gives a false hope as top of that. It's just
I never thought about that.
It's not right.
Such good sense. I need to put
that. And I thought of that today when I was looking for Chase. When I came off that interstate and I found him, I swore it was him by the way he was holding his body. But I was still scared. I'd already approached, like, I couldn't tell you, 150 different people that looked like Chase, that weren't Chase. Let me shut this door real quick. But I mean, even from a distance, and I was screaming his name, and I was still doubting myself. And he had all the physical characteristics of my son, and he was holding himself the same. But until I actually said his first and middle name, like it wasn't, his first name wasn't even registering.
Oh wow! I didn't. Okay. And this is when you knew it was him.
And I knew it was him.
I didn't think about that either. Damn.
Yeah, there's things like people that are connected to their people. Like we know our people.
Mm-hmm.
We know if they're gonna eat somewhere, or when people go into something, they have, I call them comfort spots. We always revert to comfort spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they might do something that they're not really thinking about at the moment. But they're going to revert to a comfort spot, a pattern, a way of doing things that
makes sense.
Continues.
Right. Can you talk about what you, because again, I'm going to go back to Billy Badass. Like, I'm just going to give you guys a little synopsis of what I witnessed, and I'm sure everyone else can say, their interpretation of it. But when we found out that Chase was missing, and we were willing to help, and they were like, she's in Indianapolis and she's already out there looking for her son. I was like, who?
She wasn't playing around. She was like, I'm coming. I'm going to get my son. Fuck out of here.
And without saying where you live, let's just say the state that you live in.
Nebraska.
Is-
I live in the sticks.
And she came up here like,
But that's how all the families need to be, honestly.
absolutely, absolutely.
Because if they're not, there's a good statement out there that says only do what you can live with.
Ooh.
And I couldn't live with if something happened to my son and I did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't-
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And that's what kept like, Dawn, could you live with yourself if something happened and you were sitting on your butt?
Mm. Mm.
No, I couldn't. Like that would eat me forever. I don't know if I could live with that.
Agreed.
There used to be times where we would have cases and we would be doing more work than the family, and it's like, this is your family member, like. And I made a pact that if I care more about the case than the own family, I'm done. I'm not doing it because I shouldn't care more about your family member than you.
You are absolutely right, Tasha. And Tasha has tried to teach me that over this last 5 years. And I don't listen very well because I'm an Aries and I'm stubborn, but I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. Dawn, how would you tell someone what to do in order to help find their missing loved one in the beginning? Were there any roadblocks that you had when Chase first went missing?
Oh, every time I turned a corner, there was a roadblock.
Talk about it.
So let's talk about the 24 hours. The 24 hours that police say that you have to have in order to report a missing loved one. There is no law. There's no law. Tell them to show you the law book. That is your most critical time to find your person.
Absolutely.
That's where
the first 48 hours.
Yeah.
So that's just half of it, just gone down the drain.
And they do. He just don't want to be at home, or he's been in trouble, so that must be it. He must be just taken off because he don't want to face, maybe it's accountability, whatever the case may be.
Bullshit.
But anytime he turned around, it was like, and they did find Chase in Indianapolis and he was hospitalized. They canceled it. It was still in Nebraska, a live missing case. But they canceled it in Indiana and wouldn't look for him anymore. So then I had to come back to Nebraska, get guardianship. And I'm this last time I'm going to tell you, that is the most worthless piece of paper I've ever. I'm mad about it. But in the same sense, I needed it in that moment. I did need it in that moment because when I did find him, I don't even know if he knew what his name was. But in Indiana, you have to report your people in person, and people don't realize that. They will not take a missing person report in Indiana unless you are there in person.
I think that's in a lot of states. Tosh, I think that happened with you guys too, right? But I think that's like a pattern. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have to be in the same state. They made his mom come from New York all the way to Orlando just to make a missing persons report. That's bullshit. That's bull crap.
Absolutely.
And it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And when people do go missing, they don't, the parents don't know, like you do have to make the police report so that like, what is it? NAMI? Is it NAMI?
NamUs.
NamUs. They take you seriously and they will get them on the list. I never was able to get through to them and get Chase on the list there.
Yeah, but you could have did it yourself or contacted one of us because we could have did it.
So, okay. So then people should know that that's something that we can get done.
Yeah.
But girlfriend was already boots on the ground. She didn't need NamUs.
She didn't need NamUs because she was already looking for her son. She's like, hold up, girl, I'm already here. Oh shit, you already here. Hold on.
I'm gonna get my baby. I don't need NamUs, NMEC, ABCDEFG. I'm going to get my baby.
And people will come, like people will come out to help you. Like Hope came out to pass flyers. She was out there passing flyers. And I didn't get to meet her till the Missing Struggle event we had in September. Was it September?
February.
This year's gone. Woof.
I know, right?
but people do show up, and you have to be willing. Like, if you can't get out there and look, get on the phone, get on the Facebook has so many resources. Start posting it in all the community groups. People will start looking, not everybody, and you will have the negative Nancy's out there that are going to say this nasty stuff. But at some point, your focus, that's your only focus. Your only focus is, I need to find my loved one. Whatever they got to say, it doesn't matter. Are you going to help me? Because, hey, I had comments on groups in Indianapolis. They're like, I don't know what she wants us to do. We've been telling her where he is. And I finally got on one of the groups and I'm like, I'm here. You're saying you're seeing him. I don't see him here.
Oh my God.
Where is he at?
People are evil. There's people that text people and call people and say there's evil things to these families. It's just disgusting. It's just,
We did meet at the hotel.
there's
I
just some
totally
really
forgot.
sick people out there that just
Absolutely.
prey on people.
Mhm. Have you had Tasha, and I'm not sure about you, Dawn. Have you guys got ransom text about your missing loved ones?
Matt's mom has got one.
Yeah.
When he went missing, somebody actually contacted her when she was in Florida saying he was in a parking lot. I can't remember, of a restaurant. And she ran there to the restaurant screaming and yelling, just stuff like that.
Mhm.
When he's not there, why even be so evil? Like, how do you even sleep at night? Imagine if that's your son or daughter, or your brother, or sister, man. You just can't be thinking like that. I was a person that would flick through missing person stuff, but there was certain cases that I would always file. I've always be a watch true crime stuff. Certain cases I would, Ariel Castro's case, Brittany Drexel, stuff like that. But really, that's it. Other missing persons flyers, I would go past them.
Yeah.
And then when my cousin went missing, I'm like, what? Like, wait, what's going on? What?
I'm
But
so glad you brought that up. Absolutely.
you realize there's good people out there and they ain't shit good people out there. Okay, there's a lot of ain't shit good people out there. I'll tell you that, because I met a lot of there's some special mother suckers. That's all I gotta say about
Oh,
it. Special.
okay. Okay. Man, I didn't even think about going there, Tosh, but I think it is important for those people that have missing loved ones to, let's talk about that. Let's talk about these. So when Kaya went missing, there was a text message saying, give us like $5,000 or $8,000. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
They want what? For my, who, what? I was so ready to tear up the town. I was absolutely angry. I don't even know how to explain it, because there were so many people that when she first went missing were reaching out to me like, why are you so angry? Like, why are you cussing out the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office on Facebook? Why are you emailing them? Why are you calling them? Why are you?
Because they don't get it. That's why they don't get it. Because they don't give a fuck. Sorry, they don't give a fuck. That's why.
And it's not just about that. They don't know until you go through it what you'll actually feel and what you'll actually do. And I was ready to to hurt everybody.
They also don't get that not all the cases are treated the same either. So you may see all these cases on TV. Oh, they're looking for that person and that person and that person. They're doing this and that. They did that in my cousin's case. They did that in Chase's case. They did it in Zach's case. They did it in Veronica's case. They did it in Johnny's case, Kaya's case. 90% of the cases I've helped and located people my damn self, the police ain't give a freak to answer my phone call. They're not looking.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's all about statistics, money. And the contact color of your skin will get you nothing unless you got that money, unless you know politics, unless your granddaddy is top sheriff, top dog.
Mm-hmm.
You got mental health problems? Screw you. You're a drug addict? Screw you. You're homeless? Screw you. You're Puerto Rican? Screw you. You're black? Screw you. You're African American? Screw you. You're Jamaican? You're immigrant? Screw you. It just goes around and round and round. They only pick and choose who they want to help, and it's disgusting. And it's not only in Florida, it's not in Nebraska, Indiana, it's every damn where. Every
Yeah.
freaking where.
Yeah.
And there's actually people out there that can help you find your loved ones
Hmm.
if you just pay attention.
And
This,
what she's saying is absolutely heartfelt and from the depths of her soul as well as our souls who have gone through it. But that does not mean that we're demeaning anyone else. But the truth is the truth is the
mhm.
truth. And as you can see, we have an array of races on our missing struggle. But I can tell you that there is a person that I've spoken with that, and I hate to say this, but I don't know any other way to say it, but they're very prominent in the missing persons world that
Mhm.
said all they had to do was make one phone call.
Yeah.
And the entire United States was on it.
This,
Like, I can see that even with the people that we've helped, like they have branched off and gotten more support and totally forgot about us.
there's families that we've helped that had private investigators. You're paying top dog private investigators, and we're locating your loved ones. We don't ask for nothing. I never made $1 off of my cousin's case, and I'm saying this nationally live because I know some. I don't know. I'm not even going to say, but anyway, I know. Okay, I don't make anything out of him, and if I ever needed anything for his case, I don't. I can go to his father. His father is my uncle. Okay, let's put it out there. If I needed anything for his case, I get it from him. I don't need to ask public for anything. I never asked the families for anything. None of us ever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's times we've located people, we spend 2, 3 days up finding people,
And
locating them, not
going broke,
sleeping,
ourselves, trying to help everyone
or
else to know
getting,
that they
we
have.
locate them and then getting them there to get their loved ones. We
Mhm.
never asked them for anything other than to share a missing loved one's flyer.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. It
How do
just
we
boggles my
change?
mind. But then again, these organizations too that they just pick and choose who they want to help too. It's all about the numbers and whose case is bigger and this and that and that, and it's just so stupid. It shouldn't matter. Just go out there and find the damn people.
And I think that might be something that we need to talk about on our next video or show. What is it that makes the um, media pick up certain cases and then not other cases? I'm going to tell you or tell you guys that since I've been here in Indianapolis, I've gotten more help as far as media coverage
Mm-hmm.
here in
Mm-hmm.
Indianapolis than I have in Florida when my sister was actually missing there. Like,
Yeah, it's just Florida's just something else. I don't get it. I don't.
and I can't say it was because she's white. I can't say because she's black, because she's mixed.
Yeah,
Like
but they're
there's
not looking at that white color. They're looking at that African American side of her. And unfortunately, because she's mixed with that, people are labeling her. And because she has issues, they label her too. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
that's
Because my cousin's not black, Puerto Rican. I'm Italian and Hispanic, okay? My cousin's a straight up white boy. He has addiction issues, homelessness, criminal background, mental health problems. They don't give a fuck about him either. Sorry, my language. They don't either.
that's true. That's true. They're going through that here too. Herman Whitfield actually got shot by police because his elderly mom and dad called the police for help,
Mm-hmm.
and they ended up shooting him or actually suffocating him or something like that. And they're walking free.
Of course. Of course. Welcome to our world.
Oh, look. This is Oh my God, what is her name?
Estella. Smokey's
Yes,
mom. Smokey's mom.
yes.
Smokey's mom. I think that's the brown brunette.
Brown beret. Yep, yep. Yes, Joe, we see you. We see her too. Uh, and there is for you. Look at Miss Jessie Farber's wife. I call her wife, but let's talk about let's talk about her. Go ahead, Tosh.
Jesse Faber.
Yep.
He has been found, some of him.
And who found her?
Baby mama, wifey. Her name is Rachel. She's been fighting hardcore for Jesse from the day he went missing. Don't listen to anything else out there that you hear about anything negative. That's bullshit. I've watched this girl walk through the goddamn woods, mountains looking for him, and he's been gone for over 10 years. Finally, he was recovered, some of him. I don't say some of him in a mean way. I say it because there's more out there, and it shouldn't be over until he's completely recovered, just like Zach's case. Rachel has fought hard. She helps so many people, like so many missing families. She fights hard. Just his family don't give her the credit she deserves. But it's okay, Rachel. I know you're watching. Keep fighting. Don't let anybody back you down, girl.
And I'm gonna put my little 2 cents in. A relative of Jessie actually reached out to me when we had her on our show and kind of attempted to shut me up.
Threaten us.
Okay, that's better.
Saying take a showdown, and she was lying. She's this, she's that, and no, it's not. It's
and you know what I have to say, because that was in the beginning. I was like, oh my God, are you sure we need to do this? You know, I'm reaching out to her, and we're all talking about it, and I was really, really scared. I'm just going to be straight up honest, and it was like, you know what? She is in the same position that I was in. She was Jesse's baby mama. I was Kaya's sister from her dad's side. And I wouldn't give 3 poops. If somebody told me to shut up, I'm not shutting up. I'm not. So,
well, she tries to shut everybody up that tries to help her in any way, or she tries to put the story out. She wants her to shut up. But she's got a 501c3 organization in Jesse's name, and I'm talking about you, Norma. You, the mama. She claims that she helps missing people. She ain't never helped anybody. I've never heard of her help anybody. The only name of Jesse Faber I've ever heard of anyone helping is Rachel RCC Carroll on Facebook. Jesse Faber's baby mama. She don't have a 501c3, but she makes shit happen.
I was gonna ask. That's what I was gonna ask.
She's the one that's got to put up to all the billboards. She's the one that does all the searches and all that, not mom. I just hate when people discredit other people just because you're mama, baby mama, or cousin, sister. Like, stop. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter who finds them and who puts advocates out there. Just find the people. She fought hard, and I'm happy she keeps doing it. Don't let her back you down.
Yes.
Keep going, Rachel. Screw that. Keep going.
Absolutely.
She fought hard for Jessie. Jessie should be proud of everything she do, and her daughter should be very proud, and her sons, of everything she's done for him.
Absolutely. Miss Tiffany, you're kind of quiet.
I'm listening to y'all.
Is there anything that you want to talk about?
No.
So I'm going to ask you a question. What do you feel was the hang up between law enforcement and how you knew that Zachariah was missing? Was there any hang up, or was there anything that you feel that law enforcement should have listened to or done when you gave them the information about him missing?
I mean, yes. I mean, they should have looked into who the names that they were given, and the places, because their thing is, if we don't have any leads or if no one calls, they don't they don't search. So that's a big hang up. Um, for that's for anyone,
Mhm.
any families, because when adults, they think that they're not lost. I mean, not lost. They don't think that they're missing.
Yes.
So, they just don't want to come home. They don't want to be bothered.
Mhm.
In all cases, it's not like that.
Mhm. Mhm. What do you think, in your own opinion, what do you think we can do as a group and a soon to be 501c3, that what can we do to make uh, legislator legislatives understand that we know our people? I mean, is there any specific things or any ideas that you can think of that we can do to make sure that these people understand we know our loved ones?
I mean, we have to be, vocal and just really finding the connecting to who we need to find, because a lot of times when you don't know people, or when you don't know who to contact, it's like it's quiet, and it's and no one is there. So finding the people to connect to get your voice heard, and
Yeah.
to get that story out there.
See, and that's the thing I'm talking about. Every social media, news outlet, newspaper, radio should have some type of empathy, um, to see us, that we're reaching out to you. I guess what I'm trying to say is we're not supposed to find them. They should be wanting to help
No,
us.
no, we're going to have to go out there ourselves and find them, whether they're
Yeah,
dead or alive. And
I
then
absolutely agree.
the
But we
police are going
shouldn't
to look
have
at
to.
us like we're the suspects.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's going to happen. It is
yeah,
what it is, because that's what's going to happen in my case. I'm going out there, I'm using my resources. And if I find a bone, body, his head, skull, you're going to take it, you're going to fix it, and you're going to find the rest of it. And it's all going to be on camera. Like, it's just disgusting that families have to go out there and find their loved ones, dead or alive. You're literally looking in woods for your kid, your cousin, your uncle, your son, your mother, your father's body. Like, what in the hell is going on in this world?
yeah. Let's talk about uh, um, um, oh God,
Mm-hmm.
Veronica Reyes Diaz went
Mm-hmm.
missing also January of 2020 in Plant City, Florida.
Yep.
And her dad actually tried to give her Chromebook
To
to
the police.
police
They
to
won't take
let
it.
them know, where she had been, because she had not an iPhone, but she had a Android. And they
Mm-hmm.
were like, oh, we don't need it. Say who,
Yep.
what?
Yeah, they don't want to, they don't care because she's a Puerto Rican. She's a Mexican descent. Why do they care about her?
It's
They
crazy.
don't.
Crazy.
As sad as that sounds, it's a freaking truth.
It is. It is. It absolutely is.
And they have all the technology to pull records.
Ugh.
Like, pull the damn records.
And not even that, but the police won't even allow
But
the.
listen to this. They don't even pay for that. The government pays for this.
Right, right.
Oh, we got to get a warrant. We got to do this. We got to do that. You don't even pay for it. The
Man,
government does. Just fucking do it.
what are those people out of Texas with the horses?
Exorcist, exorcist.
In Florida, if the police department does not reach out to FBI or any nonprofit
Mm-hmm.
organization to find their missing loved ones,
Yep.
they are not allowed to look.
Yep.
Period.
That's what they say, but that don't matter because we still gonna look. And that needs to change. That's what legislation needs to do all around the whole United States. Why do we got to get permission to look?
Yeah.
Number one. Number
I
two, there
see you,
needs a
Dawn.
missing person unit at every police department. You got a homicide unit, right? You got a robbery unit. What else units they got? Why is there not missing persons units? Specific detective handling missing person cases.
Well, that's crazy too, because Indianapolis has a missing persons unit. Do you think they
Yeah, a lot
return?
of them don't do anything. They got 28 pages, I believe, of missing people out there. 28 pages. It's horrible.
Mhm.
Horrible. Especially
Yep.
children missing and they do nothing about it. It's just, I don't get it. I just, infant babies, pregnant girls, like, how? How?
And they, and when I say they, pregnant girls, children, they have so many resources out there
Hmm.
that if they're doing this to the children, imagine what they're doing to the
To the adults.
That's why we need a lot of Dons out there. Hey,
I
It's
mean, the
sad.
sergeant of the missing persons unit in Indianapolis actually called me and was like, "We are not going to look for your son." And I was like, "I'm not taking that for an answer."
what?
Yeah, they don't want you on boots on
Yeah.
the ground, man.
That's
It's
when I came
just-
back to get the guardianship. I was like, okay, if that's what you think I have to do, if you don't think I'm going to do what I need to do, which is stupid because
They'll lock you up before they lock up the perpetrators, okay?
Right.
That's fine with me. I don't give a fuck.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the guardianship is good for people with mental health.
Mm-hmm.
If they
think
do
so?
take off
Wait,
and you
honestly?
have the paper and you are in the same state with them,
Mhm.
but you have to find them, you have to be in the same state with them before people recognize it. So, like, if I'm here and Chase goes to New York City, and he gets pulled over in Jersey when he has police there and he has a missing person report, he looks fine to them. But they
Yep.
don't know what fine what fine
Yeah.
Chase looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's probably, I don't even know how many other mental health people that are just winging
Yep.
it in New Jersey and in New York. And it's a normal
Pennsylvania.
way to be. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's not normal.
Right. And only
Because they're
you
not
know
trained. The law enforcement is not trained in mental health. It's just, they're not. You're just, honestly, they're not.
that. Yes.
And that has to stop too. They're killing people doing that too. It's,
So what can we do? And I know I keep saying this over and over and over and over. We always talk about, what they're doing wrong. But what can we do?
We need to start reaching out to our senators.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
We need to reach out
legislature.
to our senators. We need to show up at the freaking Capitol buildings in every state. We need to find out who the people are that are representing the law enforcement and being like, hey, this is unacceptable.
I love
This
it.
is unacceptable. If you guys don't want to do it, you need to make another thing and let us people with 501c3s let
Do
us
it.
do the work for you.
Yeah.
Because we actually care and we've lived it.
Yeah. But not try to arrest us and threaten us and everything else. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So I'm going to put a little, I don't know if I want to put that out there. We are trying to raise funds to do exactly that. We actually want to go across country and speak to different areas of government, whether that be Senate, Congress, law enforcement, colleges, wherever will listen to us. That's what we're trying to do. So if you guys can or know of any places that we can speak of or speak to across the country, please inbox us at the Missing Struggle and we'll make a way to get out there and speak. If you guys know of any resources like what do you call those vans? Not vans, but they're RVs.
RVs.
Yeah. That would like to donate one of them for rentals. so we can get out there and speak. I mean, what else, guys? What else can we ask for since everyone's here? Without giving too much of what we're trying to do.
Right.
And I hate to say that, but sometimes you have to hold on to stuff because we're a little organization right now. And there's big organizations that can do that, and they're getting millions of dollars already, and we have nothing. And we're trying to get out there so people can hear us and know that we're in this for the right reasons. I hate to say that, but
it's true.
But the people that's been following us for 5 years know that we're in this for the right reasons. We've never. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but
absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree. So we have 5 minutes. So I know y'all gonna laugh at me, but I don't even care. I'm gonna say it anyways. This is not Sandbox to Cell Blocks where we have to be on here for an hour. We're gonna be on for a little longer because Los ain't on here, but it's been an hour and a half, and we don't want to lose anyone that's actually watching and understands our plight. But is there anything else that you guys would like to say or talk about to the public to make them aware that what we're doing is real and they're going to need us? They're going to need us.
just don't think it can't happen to you, because it will. It will help, whether it's your son, your daughter, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your friend.
And maybe we should do a podcast sometime just about the breakdown of how people think law enforcement works and how it actually works.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And I like that. And we can have a guy from Louisiana speak on that. Love it.
Because people, I mean, really, you make a phone call. You're supposed to think law enforcement, you call them, you have a problem. They're supposed to be there to fix it. Not with missing people.
No.
Not with missing people.
No, it's not.
Crazy.
They wait for them to show back up or get back in trouble or do something wrong. And that's when they find, and you'll be lucky to hear about it.
Yeah.
And you'll get a lot of no's in your journey. And that doesn't mean to stop.
Yeah.
That means you must be not talking to the right person and to keep calling and to just keep being somebody's thorn in somebody's side, because you're going to reach the right person somewhere. Somebody's going to listen at some point. You just can't take that no to heart. Be like, okay, well, that's not my person. Let's try another phone call. Even call the same number back and hope you get somebody else.
Yeah, because sometimes you do.
And you do. And sometimes you'll get somebody that don't care. And then maybe the next time you get somebody that will actually listen. And if you get a voicemail, just keep leaving messages and pay attention to the chain of command. Sometimes people don't like the chain of command. Thanks. So you talk to your sergeant. I want to talk to your sergeant. And don't wait 24 hours. Demand
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Demand it. And if they're trying to tell you that, ask them. You want to see the law where it states it. You want to see it. Show it to me or make my report.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was somebody on LinkedIn that actually reached out to me because I changed my LinkedIn from nurse to missing persons advocate. And they were asking me, well, what would you want the public to know? And I said that it will happen to them. And they were like, well, how would you say that? Letting them know you do not have to wait any amount of time to report your family member missing, but not just to report it, but to get the police involved on that case. You do not have to wait. And if I have to,
you just got to be adamant.
A thorn in their side, straight up.
And you have to be persistent. You have to. If you don't feel like getting your feet out there on that ground, at least get on that phone. Get on the social media. Get on whatever you need to get on.
Hand out flyers.
Reach out to your group. Reach out to us. That's what we are here for.
Absolutely. And we're ready.
Thank you, Dahlia.
I just love this podcast. You all are real, not fake. Your energy is all genuine. And it has happened to you, so you understand what she's going to make me cry.
Yeah, that's Janai McNichols' grandmother. She's missing out of Gary, Indiana.
Oh,
She's a good woman. People just need to leave her alone too.
yeah. Okay. Because
Let
we
her
will.
find her granddaughter and leave her alone.
Okay.
Damn.
Daya, stop it. It's true though. Like we've been there, and just to know that, you know, Miss Tiffany and Miss Dawn, they have Miss Dawn has a lot of closure. Miss Tiffany has a little closure. And some of us don't have any closure. And we need the public's help. And I don't know any other way to say it. I would like to talk about Kaya's Law, if that's okay with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Kaya's Law. So when Kaya went missing, her car was found running and abandoned on top of a railroad track in Plant City, Florida. And when the passerby called law enforcement, they actually came and moved her car to the side of the road, and it sat there for 3 days. So everyone says the first 3 days are the most important when you have a missing person. We did not have that with Kaya's case. So the Kaya's Law is, I'm asking that in those type of situations that law enforcement actually does an area search. They run the tags and they call the next of kin. That's it. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking for a lot. We're just asking for them to do something when you see something like that. If you see a car with a flat tire that's sitting on the side of the road, no, you don't need to do an area search, run tag. You don't need to do all that. But when it's running, driver's side door open in the middle of the day on a busy street.
Yeah. Jeez.
Kind of obvious, but it's not. From what we were told, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and Plant City Police Department does not have a policy and procedure for an abandoned vehicle. And that's what they called abandoned. So if you guys can look on, I think I have it on the Missing Struggle page. I'm not sure, but I know I have it on mine. It's pinned up at the top. Please.
Hope just shared it too. Hope shared it in the link.
Oh,
comments.
thank you.
Thank you, Hope.
Yes, very, very much. I beg of you, if you know anyone in legislator, if you know anyone that can help push this, not just in Florida, but nationwide, please share this. Even if you don't know them, screw that.
Share it.
If you don't know them, we need your help. We need your help because nothing's going to change if we don't do anything. We can sit here and we can have all these shows. We can go out there and we can search for people. We can do this, that, and the other. But if there's no one that wants to actually change things, what we're doing, what do they say? Faith without work is dead. That's pretty much what we're doing. We're having faith and we're working, but everything else is dead. So just asking you to please help. That's all. We're not asking you to get involved. We're not asking you to call anybody. We're not asking you to do this. Just share. And I know a guy that was locked up for over 25 years that and he was innocent of the crime that he had, and his sister started with change.org, and now he is totally exonerated.
Good, because there's a lot of them still sitting there.
Yeah, but
that's a whole nother story.
But to hear her say that it started with change.org, and I was like, what? Yeah, push it. So that's what I'll do. And with anyone else that has missing loved ones or have had missing loved ones, if you guys can come up with a law, we'll push that too. Push it too. especially you, Miss Dawn, because you're the shit. But
It goes back to they never know when it's going to be at their doorstep. They never know
Yep.
when it's going to be their loved one whose car's out there, and they're like, "Why is nobody helping me?"
absolutely.
Don't wait for it to happen. Sign it. Sign what we need signed. It's happening now. It's happening to all kinds of people, and
It could be
guys
your
don't
son or
get it,
your daughter next to your daughter or your mom or your father.
Yep.
it's important. It's important to us, but it's also going to be important to the people that it might help.
Yes, yes. Let's be proactive instead of reactive. That makes a big difference. A totally big difference. Guys, I love you, and I'm so glad to be back on here and to be with like-minded people and for people that can and will help us. And we're talking about Hope and Dahlia and Joe Gonzalez and everyone. We thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing for us, and let's keep pushing the missing struggle. And with that, I will say good night.
Ciao.